As we get closer to retirement, it's important that we start to reduce the risk that are in our investments. That way our investments are there to support us when we need them the most. That way we can pull income from them when we're in retirement. So the question then becomes, when do you start to reduce that risk, and how much do you reduce that risk by? And in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about those two things and help you understand the thought processes and strategies that we go through when working with clients. For those that I haven't met yet, I'm Scott Sierens. I run a retirement planning firm where we partner with individuals and families to help them minimize their taxes, make work optional, maximize their retirement income, and invest with confidence. So as you approach retirement, it's important that you start to reduce the risk in your investment accounts. And the question becomes, how much and when do you start? And you can look online and there's different risk tolerance questionnaires, and sometimes they'll lead you to words like conservative or moderate or aggressive. And at the end of the day, you look at those words and go, what do each of those even mean? What does that mean to the balance of your portfolio? Or there's different tests you can take that'll give you a number on a scale of 0 to 100. There's rules like the age of 100, and sometimes I actually think that those can make you too conservative prior to or in your retirement. So I want to walk you through a strategy or the thought processes of, one, why we need to reduce the risk in our investments, and then how much you might want to reduce that risk by. First, let's understand why we'd want to reduce risk in our investments. Well, the reason we'd want to reduce risk in our investments is because most likely you might be invested in the stock market in your IRA or 401k or any other of your investment accounts. And the stock market comes with risk. It's volatile. And what would happen if the stock market were to crash? Now, history has shown us that the stock market in the past has rebounded and gone back up. But there would be this period of time that your investments would be down. And the last thing that you want to do is sell your investments while they're down when you're in retirement. So here's what you want to start to think about as you're approaching retirement. Look at your retirement savings bucket. Basically is two parts. Now, the part that you're used to is the growth part. This would be equities. As you know, there's a lot of volatility, but more growth over a longer period of time. Now, as you start to near retirement, one of the parts that you want to add to your bucket is a lower volatility part. So a pool of funds that's not subject to the same volatility as the equity portion. Why is that? Well, now think about this. If you've got to take money out in retirement, you now have a pool of funds to go and grab from while the market might be down. So, okay, now we understand why we need to reduce risk. Get ourselves a pool of funds that's not subject to the same volatility. Money that is there to go and grab in the event that the market's down. So now, when should we start and how much? Well, from a when standpoint, all we can do is kind of base things off of history. Now, if we were to think about like the 2008 scenario when it came to the market crash, it was around 5 years before the market came back up and was equal to its previous high, around 5 years. So you could kind of look at 2008 as a pretty big market crash, and if you thought that, hey, something like that could happen again, well then maybe you want to get 5 years worth of income needs over on that left side of your bucket. Now, if you're a more aggressive investor and you think, well, I don't think we'll ever go through a 5-year correction again, then maybe you want 3 years. Or if you're more conservative, maybe you want 7 years over there in your, and I like to nickname this the war chest, but over there in the side, right, that pool of funds that's subject to less volatility when it comes to the market. So when exactly do you start? Well, let's just say you're thinking that if the market were to make a correction or have a market crash, it would recover within 5 years. Well, that would tell me then 5 years away from retirement, you're going to want to start to add to that war chest side of the bucket. And if you've done an income plan, but I'm just going to make some numbers up here today, let's just say you feel like you're going to need to take out $60,000 a year when it comes to retirement. So not now, you're still working, but at retirement, you're going to need $60,000 a year. Well, if you're 5 years away, we've said, hey, we've got enough time to watch everything come back. Now, if you're 4 years away, you've only got 4 years to recover. That might mean that you want to start to put 1 year down here in the war chest. So you're going to start to make shifts over into the war chest. Now, if you're 3 years away, that means you want 2 years, right? 3 plus 2 is the 5 years. So that means, hey, let's get another 60,000 here in the war chest. And then when you're 2 years away, now you've got another 60,000. When you're 1 year away, you've got another 60,000. When you're at retirement, therefore, you've got all 5 years times 60,000. So then you've got your 300,000 over here in your war chest to support your retirement income needs. I hope that helps you understand the thought process that you want to go through to understand when and how much you want to reduce your investment risk by as you start approaching retirement. I hope that you found this video to be of value and benefit. And if so, hit that thumbs up, give it a like, subscribe to our channel. That way you get notified as we're going to continue to come out with additional videos just like this to help you minimize your taxes, increase your retirement income, and retire with confidence.